Hello everybody. Today we're going to walk through setting up your new chapter on GreekHours. So at this point, you've submitted your chapter setup request. It's been approved and your admin account has received a welcome to your GreekHours. In that email, you'll have a link that takes you to the admin page where you can log in, or you can come to GreekHours.com and click on admin login. For today's demo, we'll log in as the demo admin. And as you can see, we have on the admin site, we have study locations, charity, chapter, and members. I do have a couple of members already established here for our demo sessions, but we're going to add some new members as we go forward. One of the things you'll want to do first is do your member types. In the demo environment, what we've set up is a couple of types of members. One is just a member of the organization, probation, or scholarship. And the reason why you do this is each of those have different required hours that you can set up and assign those to members of the organization. So you can click up here, add a member type, add those, and then establish what are the required hours. The sort order is what it shows up in order from on the drop downs. You don't have to worry about that if this order right here is good enough. Great. Once you have those, we're going to go ahead and add some members. So on the member management page, you'll be able to add a member individually. So we'll add this member. We'll say, okay, test 1, and we'll do a test 1 at GreekHours.com. The member type, we'll just put member, and then the role is student. So there are two roles on GreekHours, student and admin. And the admin, of course, is what we're as right now. We're an admin of this chapter, so we get access to all of this setup information. However, students do not have access to this side of the portal. They can only log hours against study time, philanthropy, and chapters. Great. We're going to go ahead and add that member. We'll get a little pop-up that says an invite email has been sent to the member. So as you can see, they've been added to this list. At this point, I can change their type if I wanted to. All of this is in line, and as you can see, it's already added some of the member required hours as fine. Now, over here, if you need to resend that invite, you can do that, delete the user or disable them. So that was one at a time. If you look here, as you can see that when you clicked save that member, we sent an email that invited them. That student would receive an email with a link to log in to GreekHours via the app or the website. They must use that same email address that you established for them. As long as they do that, they'll come right into the chapter and can start their study hours. So this right here, that's showing you what we just showed you was one at a time. If you have 100 or so members, you don't want to do that one at a time. So what we've done is added the CSV template. I'll show you what that looks like. You download the CSV template. It has 3 columns: email, first name, last name. You fill those out, save it, and then upload it to the site. So what I've done, and we'll show you what that looks like, is in my CSV file, which is just Excel, I've added in 3 users: email, first name, and last name. It is still member import .csv. So as long as it's .csv, you'll be just fine. We'll go ahead and save that. And then once that's saved and you've got all your members in that workbook and that CSV file, we'll upload it. And what we do is we read that file, and you can see that there's the email, the first name, and the last name. If you made a mistake and want to remove one of those, you can do that right now. Otherwise, you'll send the 3 invites. Now, right now we are showing you that 3 invites were sent successfully and 0 were skipped. There might be a data quality issue with the email address that was entered or something like that, but we'll allow you to look at that skipped, and you can go back and add that individual. Again, either through the CSV file or individually, one at a time. Now we have, after that import, we have 4 test users. The CSV does not add the member type like we were able to here, but quickly you can go through this and do the member type. Very quickly updating that. On the member management page, the initial invite, you'll see resend. So if a user says, hey, I didn't get the invite, just click on resend and they will get that invite again. The other thing you can look here is on this button here with invites. We are actually showing you how many invites are still pending that have been sent, and you can remove the invites if you would like to do so. On the user management page, you have the ability to edit the user at any time, and you can update that. You also have the ability to disable them. Disabling the student, if a student leaves or is no longer a member, I would suggest disabling them first. That stops them from logging hours and logging into the system, but it also keeps history of their hours that they did log without deleting them. And then, of course, deleting the user will delete the user from the system with all of their information along with it. Great. So now that we have members and they have invitations, we need to go add locations. So let's add a location. When we add a location, we will give it a name, such as campus library, and we'll say it's active. Active allows the user to log hours, and it shows up in the list. So you want to make sure that it's active if you really want that to show up in the list. And then you can type in an address or a place of, let's just do that one right there. Let's do Lucille's Creole Cafe, and we'll do that in Boulder. Now, what we've done here is we'll show you a map of where that is so you can confirm that's the place you intended. We're going to save the longitude and latitude, and then we're giving you a radius. Now, why this is important is that the radius will go down to 0.05 miles, or about 80 meters, or all the way up to 1 mile. So why this is important. If a student goes to Lucille's and clicks Start Study, they will, we verify that they're in this location, and they have to be within this radius. So if they are outside of the location and they're maybe on the mall instead of in the location, we will tell them that they are 80 meters away or 100 meters away from the location. So the radius is important. Also, if that student decides that they are going to leave that location, once they exceed this radius of 0.1 miles or 0.05 miles or 1 mile, once they exceed that location, then we send them a toast notification that says, you have left the approved study area. We will end your session in 2 minutes. So we give them 2 minutes to get back to the location and start studying again. Or if they continue to leave, we will end the session after that 2-minute time period is up. This way, you don't have a student that starts studying at the library and then goes across the street to the bar. The other thing is, once they leave that location and the 2 minutes is up, we'll end the session, which prevents runaway study sessions. Great. You have the ability to choose hour of operations. I would go in, do that. If you decide that you don't want them studying during certain days and times, you can do that too. Very simple, add the location. Quickly, you can see campus library, the location, and then the hours of operation on a daily basis. You can have, as depending on your subscription type, you can have, will dictate the number of locations you're able to have in the application. But yeah, so once you have those locations set, they will show up in the app automatically for the students to study from. On the charity events, similar idea here. You'll want to do maybe the charity name and then the event name. You can have that, both of those. The reason why that's important is you will be able to report on how many students were at that charity event. So you'll be able to have that detailed reporting. Start date and start time. Again, this could be over a period of several days if you wanted, or maybe over a period over the weekend. So if there was an event over the weekend, you could have it start on a Friday, end on a Sunday. The time, again, making sure that they're not going in past the event time span. So 6 a.m. and then we'll put this one at maybe 6 p.m. How's that? Great. We have the radius here as well. So if that event is taking place over a large area, you can increase that. So maybe if it's an event in a park and you want to have a larger area, you can do that as well. And then again, you'll want to do maybe type in the place or address of that, and we'll save the latitude and longitude. We'll add the event. On the event in the mobile app, if a student goes to that event, it will only show the event during the time that event is occurring, and the student can only log in during the time frame of that event. As in study locations as well, if they leave the radius of that event, we will end the session, and they do have the ability to come back during that 2-minute period. Chapter events. One of the things on the chapter events, very similar to the charity events, we do allow some event types you can put in here, meeting, and let's just say it's the weekly chapter meeting. And if you have that on a Tuesday night from 6 to 8, and we want to make that because it's going to be at the house. So let's just do that. Kappa Alpha. Let's just do that one. Great. Add the event. Again, the student can only log in or check in to the chapter event during that period on that day and in that location. So we will be able to report on attendance for each of those chapter meetings. So you might want to maybe edit this and say this was the, April chapter meeting, or yeah. Okay, great. So we've covered adding members via a single button here and add those members there. We've downloaded the template as well as imported the CSV files. And we've also sent the invites and are able to see all the outstanding invites. We've added locations, a charity event, and a chapter event. And last but not least, we talked about member types. Semesters is going to be default to this spring semester, so you don't have to do anything there other than if maybe your dates are different than the dates in here. Later on, we'll talk about join requests as well as session management in another time. Thank you.